guys, and welcome back to STQ and Ritual Shave. I have a special treat for you. Today we are speaking with the head photographer and creative for the Miami Dolphins, Jonathan Willey. Hey, Jonathan.
Hi, how are you?
Doing very well. How are you today?
Good, really good, thank you.
Awesome. No worries. So, how is it in Florida today? You hanging out there at your main office?
It's good, yeah. We're actually in our temporary office. Our main offices are in Sun Life Stadium down in Miami, in Dade County. But we're in phase 2 of the construction project. So it's basically a new stadium, all in all. We are completely renovated it, and we're actually in the phase of putting on the roof. So as our office view there, in this kind of glassed-in building, we can't really be there and be completely safe. So we are in Fort Lauderdale for about 6 to 8 months. It's great. We've built up this great creative space. It's a new environment, downtown Fort Lauderdale, and it's going to be fun for a while.
Awesome. Yeah, it's always kind of nice to get in some new digs as well.
Definitely, yeah. Something new, some new views.
For sure. And speaking of new, you recently relocated with your wife and children to Florida to take the job with the Dolphins, but you were with the Diamondbacks before that, correct?
I did. I was in Arizona since about 2003. I moved there moved out of Ohio to there, and I moved a lot as a kid. I was an Army kid. I moved 19 times before I graduated high school. So
oh, wow.
I got the itch a lot to move, but went to grad school in undergrad in Indiana and grad school at Washington State. Studied sports medicine and sports business, and then moved to Ohio and then to Arizona and spent a lot of time in Arizona. The longest place I've ever lived anywhere. And fell in love with Phoenix. I absolutely loved it there. I love going back and visiting, but spent some time as an athletic trainer for ASU and for the Phoenix Roadrunners, the hockey team there.
Awesome.
And then kind of dropped all that to pursue my passions. And I know it can sound a little cliche, but for me it literally was probably the scariest thing I've ever done. But I felt I felt a calm about it because I knew that it was the right thing to do. Got a job with the Arizona Diamondbacks as a photo archivist, and about a year later got promoted to the team photographer. Made some pretty key connections. And I was there till 2014, and then in April moved out here. So I'm going on my second year here with the Miami Dolphins, and it's been fantastic. So spent time as the team photographer there, and then transitioned into managing the photography and creative services, and then just the creative services. And now here I oversee all the photography and as a creative director as well. So it's been great. It's been a fun transition, and it's definitely a lot more humid here. But we enjoy
it. For sure. Awesome. Well, so you said you became the photo archivist, so that sounds like you were basically cataloging at first other people's photos, correct? And then you moved into the photography role. That's wonderful. And I personally, I see a lot of passion in your work. Every photo, even though I'm a purist when it comes to the sport, I like sports, but I don't have a particular team, that I follow.
Right.
But every photo of yours that I see, it tells a story.
Yeah, that's real important for me. That's one of the things that I clicked with some certain people that I met who helped me reach my career goals. And that storytelling aspect, it started for me since I was a kid. I used to always draw, and used to always tell stories with drawings and draw portraits of people and emotion. And so being able to draw that emotion out in a single photograph or a series of photographs is real important for me. I want to be able to tell the story when someone looks at one of my photos on Instagram or on Facebook or on Twitter and sees that they can kind of read the story in that one photo. And there's so many great tools and tricks that you can use these days, but really it all comes down to that original image that you shot. And for me, I and then just develop it and create something beautiful out of it. And my boss here, taught me how to respect the work, and that it really is all about the work and selling out for the work. And so it's important that we do that, and telling that story and putting out that narrative is something that we get to do every day, and we're really lucky to do it. So.
Wonderful. And it's my impression from what I've seen on your social media that you spend a lot of time with the team. Is that correct?
I do. We are. I'm a full-time employee. A lot of people don't. A lot of team photographers aren't. That's something that was really important for me with the family. Was to make sure that even when I started, I was full-time. And freelance is a tough thing to do. And you're an entrepreneur at that point. With no benefits or things like that. So for me, that was really important as we were starting a family and starting our lives together. And so I was able to work in straight from Arizona and continue that. And I've been lucky to be around places that we've basically brought the agency world in-house. And so we have a great team here in Miami. We have a large team, and we're lucky to have that support from the top, from our ownership all the way down, in everything that we do. But we really push the creative and we push innovation. Those are some of our pillars, and we get a lot of autonomy to do that. And so for us, we're around the guys. Football in the NFL, it's huge. It's very regimented. These guys are on schedules, daily schedules from the minute OTAs and training camp start, until the last day of the season. Every minute of their lives are planned out for the most part. And so documenting that is something that's big for us. We travel with the team everywhere they go. We hop on the plane on Saturday, and we're documenting that on Saturday afternoon for a Sunday game. We're taking photos, we're taking a video, we're putting it on Snapchat and social media, and then when we land, we're documenting that as well. We're documenting all the steps leading up to the game. So once the guys arrive at the stadium the next morning, we get there about an hour before the guys, so we can set up our space and our area. And then, I've got my cameras going full speed at that point, documenting every moment of what that looks like. And then through the game, and then it's important for us to get the images out quick. Social media is a beast these days, and it just transforms literally by the minute. And so we have a great team that's working together to push out the best content that we possibly can, most innovative content that we can. There's some teams that really do it well. We're all pushing each other to make better content, make better work. So we push images in the game. I have if I get a great image of a touchdown, for example, I take that card and I hand it to a runner who I've hired, either at home or on the road, and they run that photo, literally run it in, and hand it off to the editors who are there, part of our team, part of our travel team, and they're putting the images up on Dropbox, and our social media crew is getting them out to the public right away, and then our graphic design crew is back at home is designing graphics and everything for that. So time is of the essence, and we get those images out as fast as we can. Usually anywhere from 3 to 5 minutes after the play happens. So that's important. And then after that, we whether we win or lose, we get on the plane within about an hour of the game ending, and we come back home. And then we do it all over again. We start prepping for the next week immediately. So that's kind of the day in the life of our routine here.
Well, that sounds fantastic. It almost sounds like during the season you have a little bit of an easier time, too, because you are so scheduled. I imagine right now getting your plan for the next year is a bit more time-consuming, I guess I could say.
Yeah, we get into routine, and routine is good during the season, and it is our, I could say, less busy time, because right right when the season's over, literally the day after the season's over, we're back in. This year we had to move on top of that, moving out of the stadium, but there's just no downtime really, except when we take vacations. But that's good. I love being busy, and we have a lot of fun doing what we do. Now we're the heavy campaign development for the 2016 season and what that's going to look like, and pitching that to our bosses and the bosses' bosses, and getting sign off on that, and then developing all that out. So it keeps us really, really busy, and then we have a lot of photo shoots in the off season with the community. A lot of players still are around doing great community work, and our youth programs, youth football programs, and then the cheerleading aspect of it. We've got a lot of shoots and auditions that we do, and calendar shoots. So it certainly is a busy time. And then once April hits, we're in the draft, and we're in OTAs, which are the early practices. It seems like it comes up really, really quick. So.
Wow. So for my viewers out there, the last time you and I actually saw each other was when the Dolphins were in town playing the Chargers, and I remember watching that game. I know you were on the field for that game. It was really intense. It was the last game of the season for a team, and I found myself really thinking about. Because you get to spend so much time with these amazing players, and what is your best advice for maintaining your attitude? Because I imagine that's something that comes up for you and your crew as well as the players all the time.
Yeah. Football. There's only going to be one team in a lot of sports that wins the last game. And you have to keep telling yourself that there's 1 out of 32 who's actually going to win that last game and go home happy. And so you have to maintain a pretty even keel attitude throughout the entire season. You can't let yourself get down. You can't let yourself get up. You have to be very cautious of what you read, and necessarily, and how you interact with those around you. And the fact is that once that game's over, we learn from it. We recap from our standpoint, from how did we do, regardless of what happened on the field. How did we do from a content strategy perspective, and getting everything out. And we make changes. We adjust. If we win, it's great. If we win, it's busy. It's really busy actually, because we're pushing content all week until about Tuesday night, and then Wednesday we're looking forward to the next week, the next game. Because it really doesn't stop. And then if you, add a trip to London or something, which you've done the past 2 years, that's even, it's even an even different monster that you've created. But attitude is amazing. We've developed a culture here where, you want to have fun. We work in the NFL. It's very important for us to have fun. To do what we get to do we're very blessed to do it, and so we keep definitely a culture of creativity and innovation here, and keeping your head up regardless of what happened on the field that Sunday. So that's kind of the biggest thing I can say is that sports is fleeting, and sports careers are fleeting, and very few people actually make it to this level, and when you do, just embrace it. And for the kids who are trying to make it to this level, just embrace it and have fun. That's one of the things that I tell my wife and I both tell our kids is, we always ask the first thing: did you have fun? Whether you win or lost, and so it's important. Winning's definitely more fun, so you have more fun when you win. But that's kind of my motto, and not only that, but in life too.
Oh, fantastic! Well, speaking of winning, when you were here, you and I had a conversation about your shaving regimen, and I sent you some gear to try out. Have you actually tried any of it out yet?
I haven't. I've actually taken it all out and looked at it and researched it, but for time reasons and the fact that I am trying to grow a beard, I haven't done much yet. So.
Oh, that's right. I saw the beard earlier today. I'm a fan. Huge fan.
Thanks.
No worries.
It takes me a long time to grow facial hair, so
yeah.
So I'm giving it a shot, and I'll probably shave it off, and when I get to try out the new stuff here, once you show me how to use it.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I can give you some great videos and stuff to watch as well. But you had been shaving, or you are currently shaving with a cartridge or electric or both?
Electric.
Electric razor. And how do you find that works for your skin? I know that ingrown hairs were an issue for you, correct?
Yeah, they were an issue for me. I've struggled with ingrown hairs in my neck. I struggled with acne and that sort of thing as a normal teenager would, and so it always was kind of a pain to have to shave and to have to deal with that. And so for me, that was kind of the biggest thing that I'm still dealing with now. My face is cleared up and those sort of things, and I tend to get lazy sometimes and not shave because of it. In a creative culture, it's a little different than a student tie culture can be. So there's a little more laxity on some of that stuff, but so I go back and forth between that. But the neckline has always been one of those areas where I'm trying to figure out how to make it work, because I shave, or I'll shave too close, and I'll get ingrown hairs a lot, and they're really a pain dealing with. So trying to find that good balance from what the dermatologist will say to do is kind of what I'm looking for.
Absolutely. And, I know that I've said this to you, but this is for our audience at home. A lot of times folks with sensitive skin will just be over exfoliating because there's multiple blades. It's not that there's necessarily any problem with that, with using a cartridge razor, but if you have sensitive skin, using a blade that's going to be a little bit sharper, like the double-edged safety razor that I did send you, I think is going to really, make your shave just a little bit nicer. So we look forward to following up with you on that for sure. And then I also saw you did send me an email with a couple of links today to post for a couple of the players. And we won't talk about them specifically, but you did find that a couple of the Dolphins players were shaving traditionally, right? Either with straight razors or safeties.
Yeah, and it's actually, there's a couple articles that weren't necessarily for the Dolphins guys. There's there's a gentleman, the quarterback for the New York Jets, who has a really massive, incredible beard, and I'm super jealous of his facial hair. It's enormous, and if you Google him, you'll find it. And the article is really cool on how he decided to shave. He did a straight razor shave on his beard. Didn't cut the whole thing off, but was able to do that. And there's if you Google NFL players straight shaving, straight razor shaving, it comes up with a lot. But I did have a chance to talk to a barber who works with some of the players, and he's got great stuff. His Instagram, which I'll send you, is Zach Blend, and he does a lot of straight razor shaving with the guys when they get him in the chair. That's something that is important that these guys keep really, they're doing a lot of TV, a lot of interviews and things like that. So it's important for them to maintain that, the grooming and everything like that. So they do. They focus on that, and they get the straight razor shaves when they can. So
cool. Well, I would think in addition to that, anyone that would get any kind of irritation on their chin, that would be kind of an occupational hazard, because it wouldn't be very comfortable to have your helmet on. Have that
you've got a chin strap on all the time, and they wear that helmet sometimes 5 to 6 hours a day, depending if it's a game day or things like that. So there's probably a lot of irritation that goes on with it. So making sure that they're taking care of that is probably big for them.
Oh wow, that's so cool. Well, hey, thank you, Jonathan, for joining me today. I really appreciate it.
No problem.
And
Thanks for having me.
Oh, it's definitely my pleasure, and I will look forward to following up with you on your shaving. We'll do another quick video for everybody. How's that sound?
Sounds good.
All right, super. So thanks, guys, for joining me today. Do you have questions for John? Go ahead and post them below. Thanks for sharing, and we'll see you next time.